Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? What's up? This is your man, That's your great checking in once again. Let's get straight to it. This came across my timeline today, and I just had to speak on this as well. I wanted to do a separate video just for this. Um, some of you may be familiar with the singer named Lennox. She makes music, and she's constantly, just being honest, she's constantly in the media cycles for the wrong things. Either she's having a breakdown or she's complaining about something. Very seldom is she actually on our timelines because of the music that she puts out. And here's the thing, she's not a bad artist, but she always gives controversial takes, or she says things that gets her name brought up in the wrong light. And today, she actually had the nerve to imply and to insinuate that on the TV show, the classic show, Martin, she claims that it made her look at, what is it? Made her look at herself in the wrong light or something like that. She's claiming that Martin, due to the way, anybody who's watched Martin knows that him and Pam have this very adversarial, contentious dynamic between the two of them, right? They're constantly going at each other's necks, just currently ranking on each other. And that's what part of what made the show so funny. So, but to my knowledge, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but to my knowledge, I don't understand how that would have any implication towards a certain skin color. It was just two people going at each other. It had nothing to do with skin color, obviously, because Martin and Pam are very similar in skin color to begin with. But anyways, just for context, I'm going to reference this video from the Breakfast Club where they were discussing it, and then I'm going to elaborate a little bit more about why I think this is absolutely ridiculous. Here we go.
Lennox has people upset. She made some comments about Martin, the show Martin, and the way that Martin and Pam, y'all know they had the jokey relationship, would go back and forth. Let's take a listen to Lennox.
The thing that pissed me off about Martin was how much he would go on Pam. I'm not like too woke or something is what I'm trying to say. Like I'm honestly problematic. I'm pretty problematic, low key. But my point is that there are some things where I draw the line and it just bothered me. Or like Pam was so beautiful and so fine. And I just feel like growing up as a chocolate girl, I don't even know if I was able to understand the greatness of Pam because of the light that I feel like I was being fed. I'm just like always going on Pam, always like that's all I remember. It just would piss me off, like the joking on Pam. I just didn't like that.
I really don't get it. I don't really get how the joking on Pam, and she would be coming at Martin just as much. For anybody who's ever seen the show, she came back at Martin just as hard as he went at her. And let's keep it a stack. Pam and Martin were damn near the exact same skin color. They were both chocolate complected skin colors. Neither one of them was light skinned. So once again, this is an example of a problem that we have in society now, where people just want to find a reason to be outraged about something. There's nothing there.
Well, she could have watched another show like Family Matters and Cosby Show, and because ain't even living single.
I didn't feel like that. Maybe my view was disproportionate or something. I didn't feel that way.
Now, like she said, she is problematic.
Yes,
and that was a very problematic take.
I don't think you should be able to call nobody problematic.
Yo, shut up! I'm just saying, like,
I'm just saying.
Yo, I grew up brown skin, chocolate girl as well. Yes, we all saw Pam beautiful, like she was beautiful, but the joke
beautiful
went back and forth. It's not like Martin just went in on her ass
Pam
all the time. Pam used to like kill him.
Was jokes. Yeah, now I like me some Ari, but this is just silly.
Okay? Like, this is absolutely silly. This might be one of the worst takes I've ever heard, to be honest with you. Somebody said that Martin, by him clowning Pam and going at Pam, that somehow was the implication that they were going at dark-skinned women. What the fuck? No, it was Martin and Pam going at each other. Martin, Gina's man. Pam, Gina's best friend. Constantly going at each other. Constantly roasting each other. That was one of the things that made the show Martin so damn funny. I swear, people always just try to find any reason possible to be outraged. I hate the society we live in.
Like Ari says she's not woke. This is a pretty woke take. Like, you need to take a little nap. Okay.
Or maybe
like,
she is asleep.
Because to your point, they used to all joke on each other, and she said something in there. She said something like, I wasn't able to get the full greatness of Pam. That was part of the greatness. Martin would snap on her, and then Pam
She
jokes
held
would be
her
just as good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then a lot of that sounds like projection. You know what I mean? That's why I said there's other shows she could have watched. Where she would have been
everybody
fulfilled.
on that show got it. Everybody got clowned
It
on
might
that
have
show.
it might have made her feel away because maybe there was somebody in her school joking her like that all the time. But in that show, everybody got jokes.
Yeah,
Everybody got it.
Well, let's take a listen. I had got some of the Martin jokes cut because they were so iconic. Let's take a listen to number 3.
Oops, she got
Now, how we getting up out of here with all the people outside?
Bam, bam, there it is. We just saddle up Pam and just gallop right through it.
Hilarious.
Right through it.
Whatever, Arsenio Small.
Hilarious.
Clever.
And there was never a
They always this was the dynamic. Pam, Martin, they constantly went back at each other's necks. Constantly. That's what made the show so great. People just, oh my God. They find any and everything to be outraged by. It's just pathetic in our current society.
time you saw Martin joke on Pam and Pam didn't joke back on Martin.
back.
Yeah.
Never.
Anything?
Never.
Did y'all ever? I mean, I know they had that one episode where they like fake like kissed or something. If anything, I always thought her relationship with him. I used to be like, do he like her? Like, why he always? That's the only thing I ever thought. I never thought she brown skin.
Yeah, I never thought that. But it's just like that was his girlfriend's best friend. You know, she was always up. You know what I mean? Like they were like brother and sister almost, like just cracking on each other.
I
That's
can't
like,
even believe we're explaining this.
right.
Yeah,
That's like me and
That
DC
makes
Young
sense.
Fly. Me and DC Young Fly do the same exact thing that Pam and Martin do. And they're the same. Yo, I know that she hitting at the colorism.
Oh yeah, because he called you uncle.
But you didn't have to, you know? No.
That's why I be on her wig. Don't worry about it. I get her for you.
I was wondering why
Stupid.
when they was here, they kept calling you that. I'm like,
No,
why?
Chico called her that.
No, Chico
DC said
says I'm
brother.
his uncle.
Oh.
Yes, and DC is my sister. But no, it's I know she's talking about like the colorism thing, but I could see if Martin was a light-skinned guy, right? And he was always coming at her complexion,
Right.
Pam's complexion. They're both the same complexion.
But there was no colorism
It was
jokes
no
on there?
colorism jokes.
It was
but I'm
nappy
saying-
head jokes.
But that,
BDB,
right,
that was it.
BDB
That
and
was
all
it.
of that. But that's what Ari is getting at.
Yeah.
Also, like the complexion and all that, because she said growing up a brown skin girl and blah blah blah. Like you said, she may have been bullied in school. She may not have been comfortable in her skin until later, and just watching the show Martin didn't help that. But that wasn't for you.
And what
then.
sparked that conversation? I know things just be random on social media. Like, why does she just start talking about
I
that
have been
yesterday?
trying to find the full video. I've been trying to find the date it was posted. I could not find what sparked it,
Every
what
now
made it
and-
go reviral. But
Every now and then, you know, Ari just go live and just, you know, she say things.
Yeah, she just says the dumbest shit. She just talks out of her ass so often. That's why I don't even understand how this guy even got any legs to it. But I just wanted to briefly discuss this because it was so perplexing and so ridiculous. If we're looking at Martin, Martin is a dark-skinned guy. Pam, dark-skinned. They both went at each other's necks. They both roasted each other. I've never heard a black woman in my entire life say, "Oh, the way Martin talked to Pam on that show made me feel lesser than as a black woman, and I don't like the way he was doing that." No, they just digested and appreciated the comedic genius that was the Martin show. That's it. But anyways, this isn't even worth talking about at length. I just wanted to briefly touch on this and put that in front of y'all's eyes so you could have an opinion about it as well. But for me, this is absolutely bullshit. And I think I might just leave it at that. Let's see what else did they have to say.
So sometimes it is random. Maybe she was watching Martin and it triggered her, you know, because it's all over. Martin is on Netflix. Martin is on, like, you can find it everywhere. So maybe she
I've
was just
never been
watching.
triggered. I'm a brown skinned girl.
Never.
Never
never.
been triggered.
Actually, still one of the best shows
Shut up.
ever.
What you looking at?
Shut up.
What's up?
Shut up. Okay, continue on.
When she said triggered, I was just like, you haven't been triggered, but you've been wiggered. But that wouldn't make no sense. You know what I mean? Like, that wouldn't make any sense.
That was not.
Girl,
even
that
That's
is
what I'm
called
saying.
you
It wouldn't make
Lauren
no sense.
Wiggins
That was
yesterday.
not-
honey.
that
Wiggy
was not even-
Smalls.
you ain't have to
I call
bring
you
that one
Wiggy
up.
Smalls. You know what I mean? The notorious W.I.G. I can say a
Wiggy
lot of
Small.
stuff.
You made that one up on the fly just
What are you
now.
talking about?
Notorious W.I.G. You ain't never called me
I've
that.
never made nothing up on the fly. That's your
Girl,
hairstylist
you
that be
is
doing that. You're making stuff up.
Damn, that nigga. Wait a minute, hold on. Unrelated, but oh shit. This nigga Charlemagne, bro. That nigga stopped bleaching the skin because that shit done went right back to how it used to look. All right, anyway.
I call you Wiggy Smalls. You know what I mean? The notorious WIG.
Wiggy Smalls.
You made that one up on the fly just now. Notorious WIG. You ain't never called me that.
I've never made nothing up on the fly. That's your
Girl,
hairstyle that be doing. Man.
Better with time.
All right, they ain't talk about nothing. But yeah, I just wanted to briefly touch on this because I mean, in my entire lifetime, I've never heard anyone speak negatively in regards to Martin being anti a certain kind of woman or a certain color of woman. You know, this is one of our crown jewels in Black culture, the Martin show. We've all watched it. Most of us have seen every single episode. So for them to insinuate somehow, or should I say for Ari Lennox, of all people, to somehow insinuate that it is negative towards a certain demographic of Black woman, I think that's extremely problematic. And I think that that is, once again, just her attempt to be outraged at something that does not really warrant outrage in any way. So I just wanted to briefly touch on that. I won't waste anybody's time by making this a super long video. Feel free to drop your comments, your thoughts on this. Like this video, subscribe. It's your man, That's Great. I'll holla. Peace.